Guys, I was really hoping that this day wasn't gonna come. The last time I was out at the range, I was shooting my P365 a bit. If you saw my last video, you saw me put a few rounds through it. And pretty much right after that video, I was starting to film another video and was shooting this some more. Had some malfunctions, had some issues, specifically failures to extract. I'll show you guys that video footage here in a second so you guys can see it. But it really sucks. And the thing that kind of makes it suck even more, I guess I have similar luck to Tim from Military Arms Channel when it comes to this, because I had just bought my holster for this gun, a Sig branded holster, the day before this gun started giving me issues.
It was kind of salt in an open wound when that first gun failed, because 2 days after it failed, my $80 Sig holster that I ordered off the Sig website showed up. I was actually carrying that handgun. I was madly in love with it, and then it literally failed me the last magazine in the video shoot, and then 2 days later, my holster shows up.
And I was using that holster that day, so I just spent 85 bucks or something on a holster for a gun that was doing great up until it wasn't. So for anybody who's seen my previous 365 videos, I wanted this thing to get to 1,000 rounds before I would carry it, because the type has had so many issues, and I wanted to make sure this thing was going to be dead nuts reliable if I was going to trust my life with it. And it was doing awesome up until it decided to crap out on me. So, as I've said before, since this thing has had malfunctions, now it had multiple actually that day, the round count has reset to 0. And I'm going to start from there, but I'm going to be sending this back to Sig before I do that, just so that, you know, they can have an opportunity to fix it and to make it better, because I want to give manufacturers the benefit of the doubt, even with a gun that, again, this type has had so many issues that you can find everywhere. I'm actually going to show you some footage right now of Military Arms Channel having the same kinds of malfunctions that I had with this gun.
That turns into the problem that we had today. And it started with the Wolf steel-cased ammunition, which the first handgun shot just fine. This handgun had failures to ignite light primer strikes with the Wolf steel-cased ammunition, and then it started having failures to extract with the steel-cased ammunition. So we started shooting brass case ammunition, 115 grain ball. And it started having failures to extract with the brass cased ammunition as well. The extractor was popping off the rim of the case and leaving the spent case in the chamber, causing a malfunction. Looking at the spent case, there was no signs on the rim of the case that it was pulling the rim off the case or damaging the case. The extractor was just popping off. That could be a sign of a weak extractor spring or a misformed extractor. Whatever the problem is, whatever's causing it, it's not a good sign. And handguns I've seen do that before in the past. It doesn't get better with use, it only gets worse.
And now that we've seen Mac's footage, let me show you the footage of the failures that I had. Failure to eject again. So something else I wanted to tell you guys, because I know a lot of you will track the rolling changes that Sig implements into their designs. I have the box right here that I got when I bought it, and it's dated 6 July 2018, and I bought it on the 31st of August in 2018. That is not my handwriting, that's from the store I bought it from. So it's been around for, you know, a couple of years now. I've actually had this gun longer than I've had the channel, but I figured some of you guys would be interested in that, because different generations and different changes have fixed and or caused different problems. So just for your information. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you got some useful information out of it. Maybe you learned something about the gun you didn't know, or at the very least another kind of issue you might have that you could watch for. If you do have any issues, I highly recommend reaching out to Sig to get them to fix the gun, just because, you know, that's kind of my philosophy in general. Let the manufacturer take a crack at it. Everybody can make a lemon. Now, aside from the fact that this particular line of guns has had a crap ton of problems, more than they're actually willing to admit over at Sig, believe it or not. Aside from that, anybody can make a lemon. You know, this is a really cool design. It's a very innovative design, and I'm not surprised it's having problems and bugs and kinks that need to be worked out, because it is so innovative and it does so many things that nobody's ever done before, as far as, you know, the size, capacity, those kinds of things. So give Sig some grace. And like I said, I really am rooting for this pistol and for Sig. I think it's a good company. They do a lot of good innovation. Their quality control just needs to be a little bit better. And when they do make a gun that has multiple issues, I think they should own up to it and not try to say it's less than, you know, 0.0001% or whatever the famous quote now is about that. But anyway, if you have a P365 and you haven't had any issues with it, I hope you haven't, and I hope you never do. I hope yours works perfectly for you forever and you never have to worry about it. When I bought this, I knew that there could be issues. That's why I set the 1,000-round benchmark for the gun before I would trust my life to it. If you have a 365 and you have some problems with it, or you've had problems with it, please post down in the comments below and talk about it. Tell us, you know, what your problem was or what your problems were. If you fixed them yourselves, or if you send it back to Sig and if they fixed it, and if you've had problems since you sent it back to Sig, let us know all, you know, the nerdy stuff, like when your gun was made and all that. I mean, it says it right there on the side of the box. I'm not actually going to show it because I don't want to show my serial number that close, but you guys get the idea. Anyway, I appreciate you guys watching. If you did get something out of the video, please do me a favor, like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn your notifications on, and share the video, especially if you have another buddy that's a 365 owner or a brand new gun owner that you know that bought a 365 for their first gun. Share the video with them. I'm not trying to scare anybody. I'm not trying to, you know, make anybody lose faith in their gun. I just want everybody to be aware that these things do happen and they're things to look for if you do own this gun. Y'all take it easy, roll tide, and I'll see you later.